Hey everybody, here I am live. I'm just checking to see if my microphone is working okay. And everything I think is going to be okay. I'm wearing a microphone here today and just want to wait for the thumbs up from Eric to see that it's working. Okay, so here we go. Hey Victor. So happy Friday, guys. What's everybody getting up to this weekend? Hey Randy, Debbie, you guys are starting to log on. Denise is logging on right on. So we're going to have just a little bit of a warm-up chat. I have a really cool topic today. I'm going to get to have a little bit of a rant. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to rant about protein shakes today, okay? Bear with me. You guys, this is really important stuff, okay? Hey Ginger, Cynthia, hi. Thank you, Victor. Okay, Bev. Oh, everyone's here on a Friday. So I think it's going to be an eye-opening discussion that we're going to have today, right? I know some of you guys are going to want to fight me on this, but so what are you guys up to this weekend while everyone's logging on here? I'm going to drop my son off at 7 a.m. to work. He works at 7 a.m. on Saturdays and 6 a.m. on Sundays, which means we're leaving the house at 5:30 in the morning. Anyways, tomorrow he starts at 7. He's 16. He works for Frito-Lay, PepsiCo. He stocks the shelf with all those foods that I talk about as what we shouldn't be eating, right? Frito-Lay. But it's a pretty cool gig for a 16-year-old, right? Anyways, I'm really excited. After I drop him off to work, I'm going to a nutritional retreat. Yes, it's at the Hilton Hotel by the Ottawa Airport. And I'm super psyched because it's a keto retreat. And I'm going to, Denise is going to the trailer right on. Yes, we have a beautiful weekend right here this weekend. It's going to be beautiful. Anyways, I'm excited because it's a keto retreat with speakers who I totally admire. Guys, if you haven't watched the videos from Dr. Eric Westman, you need to Google his name, Eric with a C, not a K, but just E-R-I-C, Westman, W-E-S-T-M-A-N. He's really awesome. He's done so much in the keto field. He's done so much in the low-carb nutrition field. Hey, Kelly. Denise says, work same as my daughter's husband, but works in Sudbury. Hey. Okay, so Google this guy, Dr. Eric Westman. I'm going to see him tomorrow, and there's going to be a few other speakers there tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. Anyways, I really hope that I learned something, and then I'm going to bring this learning experience that I have to you guys next week. Hey Adela. Hi Stacy. So let's get on with today's topic, right? Let's talk about those protein shakes. Guys, give me a thumbs up or a hands up or say me if you drink protein shakes. I want to know. Double points if you tell me, hey Amber, double points if you tell me what kind of protein shakes you're drinking. I want to know. These are the protein shakes that my clients guzzle down 2 weeks before surgery and 1 month after surgery. Denise says, oh, your son I'm talking about. Okay, now I understand your comment. Okay, now I get it. Okay. Hey, Jackie. Okay, so these same shakes, right? 2 weeks before surgery, 1 month before surgery. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Herbalife and Premier Protein. Okay, get ready for it, Tracy. Herbalife. Okay, Amber. You guys, after this video or during the video right now, I want you to go grab your protein shake and I want you to take a look. Hold it with you because I want you to look at the label. We're going to talk about some of the ingredients that are in your protein shake. What's in them, right? My question. Hey, Stacy, Premier Protein. Do you guys think that they're a health food? Give me a thumbs up if you think protein shakes are a health food. Don't be scared to talk back and forth. This is what this is all about. Angeli, occasionally Slim Fast, Advanced, or Premier. Blue raspberries. Is it good? Oh, okay. Okay, first of all, should we keep these shakes in our lives to ensure that we get enough protein? Because I'm sure that's why everyone's drinking protein shakes, right? But my question here is, how much protein is too much? And I'm going to give you a little bit of a disclaimer here, okay? Let's start right here. I'm not here to sell you anything, okay? I'm here to share my opinions about protein shakes. That's it, right? My clients love them most of the time. Hey Lacey, do you drink protein shakes? It's an easy way to get a meal in a can or in a blender, right? Stacy says it's just convenient. Absolutely. We're doing it because it's convenient, right? So you're not doing because it's a health food. You're just kind of grab and go. It's convenient, right? Hey, Lauren. Okay, so there's like these beautiful, wonderful flavors too, right? I mean, can you say banana split, right? I mean, chocolate and banana and raspberries, and I mean, and also, I mean, the protein powders and the protein products, they have such important names, right? We got Premier, we have Impact, we have Lean Body, Core Power. I mean, they have these really fantastic names, right? Dennis is having, Lauren, you're drinking one right now. Okay, Lauren, you're good. Hold on to the back of the can, right? Are you drinking a Premier right now? Not able to get enough from food, and I don't want to overeat. Okay, that's really important too, right? A lot of my clients are drinking protein shakes because they just can't eat enough food. And so I talk about the use of protein shakes for the first month after surgery, right? Until we can increase our protein food-wise. Lauren Sanchez Lean Body product. Denise has got a Whey Isolate Splash. Okay, hold on to the cans. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to be clear. The bariatric pre-op diet, you all know it. You've done it. It consists of 3 protein shakes a day, right? For 2 weeks, among other things, but it makes up the basis prior to surgery, right? Lauren's drinking Labrada. Yeah, I know that brand. Hey, Lacey. Hey, Jennifer. Okay, the post-op guidelines also can include these shakes, right? For the first month after surgery. I start to wean my clients off them at the 1 month point, right? So instead of having a shake for breakfast, I'm going to recommend that they switch their shake for an egg, right? So instead of having a shake as a snack, I'm going to recommend that they have a handful of nuts or seeds, right? Hey, Missy. Or some Greek yogurt, right? Or some cottage cheese, right? I think that there's a time and a place for these shakes for my bariatric clients, right? I think that we use them like a tool, and we use them for like a really short period of time, because what I like to do is teach my clients to not use these shakes as a crutch. Who out there are using shakes like a crutch, right? I'm curious to know. Ricky, hey, thanks for watching. I mean, nothing is ever going to be as healthy as real food is, right? So I don't want you to be fooled by these shakes or by the long list of ingredients that they contain. Lauren, time and a place. That's right, right? We use them like a tool, like Lauren says. It's not something, that's why I wanted to ask you, do you think that they're a health food? Is a protein shake a health food? What do you guys think? I think that I used to consider them as a health food, but I no longer consider them as a health food because this is something that is manufactured in a laboratory, right? It has a long list of ingredients that are, Tracy says she thought that so also. I used to think so too. I mean, how can we blame ourselves from thinking that when we are constantly being fed images and fed the merchandise that these companies that sell the protein powders want us to believe, right? I mean, there's a list of ingredients that's so long that it's hard to pronounce. Like, you can't even pronounce these names, right? Okay. Uses it to get back on track, right? So it's a tool, right? Using it as a tool. I like to say there's a lot of celebrities out there tooting the benefits of these protein shakes. Okay, they're selling you something, right? And by super beautiful, thin, fit social media influencers, right? I mean, what would they gain by selling you an egg, right? They're going to sell you protein shakes. Yeah, Lauren says the same thing with Denise. Yes, I agree. It's a tool that we use. Okay, so what's in the protein powders? Okay, so just before I went, I did this video. I got ready for this video. When I was getting ready for it, I just did a little bit of research because I want to talk to you about some of these things that are inside your shakes. Guys, who out there has quit drinking sodas and diet sodas? Who stopped drinking diet sodas? I want to know. Most of you, right? You're done with the sodas. It's over, finished. Hey, Shawnee. Why did you stop drinking sodas? What was the reason why you stopped drinking them? I think there's something in the sodas. It's called sucralose and aspartame, right? We know that these things are really bad for us, right? We know we shouldn't be drinking them. We stopped drinking sodas because of this. Look at the back of your protein shake right now. Lauren, take a look at the label. I want to know if it has this ingredient in it. If it has sucralose or any artificial sweeteners. Look, it's right there on the label. So we're giving up sodas because we don't want to drink these products that are harmful to us, right? Yet they're in our protein shakes, right? We have to remember that it's impossible to extract pure protein from a portion of food without processing it first, right? Lauren, you got that sucralose in there. You got the aspartame. Jenny, you got the aspartame in there, okay? Jacqueline's been drinking it. She says, I did since my bariatric surgery. And I see that it's in my protein. You see, Denise, it's in your protein. I tried the Keto Chow brand protein shakes. They're pretty good. Jennifer, look at the back label. I want you to know, I want to see if this product is in your food, in your protein shake. Okay, there's another product that's in the shakes. Hey, Melissa, I want you to take a look for this now. Datum, D-A-T-E-M. Is that in your shake? Datum, it is it's probably going to be listed about the 5th or 6th ingredient in your shake, right? You know what it is? It is an emulsifier. It's considered safe in the US, so it's on the list of foods that are considered safe, but it's banned in Europe from use in Europe because study shows it could cause asthma or allergic reactions. Hello, guys, it's in our shake. Looking it up online, I made my shake ahead of time. Okay, there, cool. Sucralose, you see? You know what that is? Let's Google sucralose and see what it's bad for. You'll see. Okay, great. Datum. There's another product I want you to look and see if it's in your shake. Yeah, it does, right, Lauren? You see? That's caca. Okay, check this out. Sunflower oil. Who's got sunflower oil? Doesn't sunflower oil sound like a really nice oil, right? It's not. It's highly inflammatory. Sunflower oil is one of the baddies, like canola oil, okay? We're drinking sunflower oil. It's in our protein shakes. See, I'm going to get on my soapbox. That kind of, I got to calm my rant down a little bit. Guys, check and see if you got sunflower oil. Premier Protein has sunflower oil. I'll tell you right now. Carrageen. Carrageen. I'm going to spell it C-A-R-R-A-G-E-E-N-A-N. I want to know if that's in your protein shake. It's a common food additive, right? It's added into processed foods, right? Manufacturers use it as a thickening agent. Some scientists believe that carrageen can cause inflammation, digestive problems like bloating and irritable bowel system, and even colon cancer. Oh my goodness. Did you see that? Did you hear that? Okay. You don't have sunflower oil in yours? You have an oil in yours, Denise? Okay. So I could go on and on about this, but I'm talking these things are listed in the first ingredients in the Premier brand protein shake, right? So, oh, sorry, trisodium phosphate. Google that one, trisodium phosphate. It is in cereals and processed cheese and cereal bars. Fast food particularly contains high levels of trisodium phosphate. Side effects include intestinal and stomach lining irritation. Okay. So my question for you, I could keep going on like this, right? Hey, Leslie, no carrageen in yours, Denise? Okay, that's good. What about the protein powders? Okay, so Rosie, what you're going to do is you're going to go back and listen to the beginning of the video when I'm done. Stick with me right now. We're talking about protein powders yes, protein powders as well. Yes, we're talking about now specifically, I was doing my research on the Premier brand because a lot of people like the Premier brand protein. I am not here to bash Premier protein, right? I'm not intentionally want to do that. I just want us all to be aware of what is in our protein powder and what is in our protein drinks, pre-made drinks. I think it's really important that we know what's inside them. Hey, Karen. They're great when you're in a pinch and we can't get our hands on real food, right? I mean, then I agree. But should we be replacing our meals with these artificial processed items, right? That's what I want to ask you. I call them items because they're just, it's not a real food, right? Another thing I want to talk about today is how much protein do we actually need? How much do we need, right? I mean, we know the importance of getting enough protein. That's clear. We all know that. But how much protein is enough versus too much? Put it down here. What do you guys, gram-wise a day, what are your numbers? What are you looking to reach per day? Grams of protein. So I explain to my clients every day that the companies that sell these protein supplement products would love you and love me to feel that we are all deficient in protein, right? And how we're going to have debilitating muscle loss, our hair is going to fall out if we don't guzzle their products all of the time, right? I'm going to tag you in the video, Janice. There you go, Janice Nelson. Cynthia says, oh, 90 grams. Thank you for your answer, Jacqueline. Now I'm going to tell you what the RDA says, okay? What we're actually supposed to be drinking, right? Cynthia says she drinks occasionally Plant Fusion. Okay, look at that. Look at the back of the label of your protein powders. Take a little bit of time to do the research on the ingredients. Trisodium phosphate. It sounds like it might be something. It could be bad. It could be good. Google these words so you know what is in your protein shake. Hey, Amy, over in Florida. Okay, so the protein companies, the companies that make this stuff, they want us to believe that we're totally deficient in protein, right? They use these scare tactics to make us believe that that we need their products. Now, for the reality, guys, the RDA, okay, so RDA is recommended daily allowance. Okay, when it comes to, hey, Red, when it comes to protein is, for women, ready, drum roll, 46 grams per day. For men, 56 grams per day. Lauren, I have to do between 90 and 100 because I do not absorb well, so I get what I can. Goals typically 60 to 70. Okay, very good. Denise, 97% pure whey, L-glutamine, natural flavors. Okay, natural flavors are not so natural. Sucralose, oops, there you go. Inline gelatin. Casey, Warren, I'm a diabetic and have the lap band and always looking to better my way of eating. So do you recommend meal prepping, and if so, what is best? Okay, Heather, I'll reach out to you after the video. Right now we're talking about protein powders. So the recommended daily allowance, but thanks for commenting, Heather. The recommended daily allowance for women is 46 grams of protein, right? So where does this equation come from, okay? This is the way to measure how much protein you need, okay? So you're going to do your ideal weight. So let's take, for example, 150 pounds, right, multiplied by 0.36, right? I've talked about this before on other videos, right? So, for example, 150 pounds times 0.36 will get you 54 grams of protein. If your ideal weight is 160, that number will change a little bit. If your ideal weight is 170, 140, it's going to change. I'm just doing 150 as an ideal weight. Take other things into consideration, right? Are you healing from a big surgery? You could need a little bit more. Are your age, your gender, are you pregnant, are you breastfeeding? What's your activity level like? These will change slightly your recommended daily allowance for protein. Your surgeon, that's where it comes from. Yeah, but we all know today, right, that surgeons are not dietitians, nutritionists, right? They specialize in surgery, right? Or their specific bariatric surgery, or they might specialize in working with diabetics, or they might specialize on blood disorders. So this is where we get this misinformation, right? But did you see how I did that with the numbers? It was easy peasy. Ideal weight multiplied by 0.36, boom, that's going to be your okay, so now let's look what the average amount of protein in these shakes are, right? They're going to average 25 grams of protein a shake, right? Premier protein is probably 30. And I don't mean to bash on Premier. That's not my idea. I'm just, because it's so well known, right? I think it's 30 in Premier. Some of them have a little bit less, so I say 25 an average. Denise is what it's X. It's 0.36 multiplied by 0.36. So 150 times 0.3, so 160, 170, whatever your ideal weight is. So if the average protein shake contains 25 grams of protein per serving, and you drink 3 of those a day, you're getting 75 grams of protein before you even eat anything. Holy protein, Batman. That's a lot of protein, right? I mean, when we go back to the RDA and what they're recommending that we have per day, and then we look at those 3 shakes, the amount of protein, I mean, those are the real numbers for protein recommended allowances. I'm not making this stuff up at all, right? This is real. Hey, Linda. You're welcome, Denise. So now I'm going to ask you, what does 53 grams of food, protein food, look like, right? So how am I going to get, okay, let's just do the math together. So let's start with breakfast. Let's have 1 egg at breakfast. You have 6 grams of protein. I got my calculator right here. You got 6 grams of protein at breakfast, right? Let's move over to a nice serving of Greek yogurt for lunch. You have 18 grams of protein, in Greek yogurt, plus 6, plus, okay, so we're at 24. Let's go for a handful of nuts and seeds for a snack. Hey, Linda, 7 grams of protein. So we're going to add 7 grams to that. We get 31, right? Let's just take, for example, because it's on the top of my head, let's take a glass of milk. Okay, it's got 8 grams of protein. 8 grams, 39. Let's take 2 ounces of chicken. 2 ounces, 3 or 4. Lauren's saying she's a 3 or 4 ounce pouch. Hey, Chelsea. So 2 ounces in that beautiful pouch of yours, Lauren, if you fit 2 ounces of chicken in for supper, it's 14 grams of protein. So it sounds like little numbers, right? But when you add it up, look at this. 53 grams of protein. So, I had an egg, a serving of Greek yogurt, a handful of nuts for a snack. We had 1 glass of milk, and we had 2 ounces of chicken. Okay, for 53 grams. I'm not saying drink milk because I'm not an anti-milk person, but I'm not a milk pusher either, right? But I'm giving you an example of how you could get 53 grams of protein, right? That's just using real food. How easy was it? Is that realistic? What do you think? Am I being unrealistic by asking people to eat those foods? No, huh? I think makes sense, right? So, there's so many simple ways to get enough protein every single day, eating just food, right? So why are we handing our hard-earned money over to protein shake pushers, right? Why can't we get our protein from whole, live, fresh, natural, good quality food? Because there's so many ways to get protein. And there's protein even in your vegetables. Even in your broccoli, you're going to find a little bit of protein. We can get protein without having to turn to protein powder or shakes as a supplement. I think that we don't necessarily need to be supplementing with protein shakes unless you're using them like a tool, right? Hey, Mandy, Vicky, Jackie. Now, let's talk about what happens when I eat too much protein. So I'm eating 100 grams of protein or 75 grams because I have 3 shakes and then the Greek yogurt and cottage cheese and then a piece of chicken for dinner. Linda Clem, how many grams of protein should you have a day? You're going to take your ideal weight, like 150 pounds, multiply it by 0.36, and it'll give you 54 grams of protein. The recommended daily allowance of protein for women, I think, is 43, and men 56. Melody, okay, what happens if I eat too much protein? What happens to the excess protein in my body? Excess protein gets stored, ready for it, as fat. F-A-T. Excess, like sing it in a motto in your head. Excess protein gets converted or stored to fat, right? It's like some of the things I say to clients. Jackie, you're welcome for sharing this information. You're welcome. It's saying, don't blame the butter for what the bread did, okay? Drinking beer is like liquid bread. Put it in your head, excess protein turns to fat, right? And any extra amino acids that are coming with the protein are going to be excreted. So can you say expensive urine, right? Okay, so the problem, right, thank you, Lauren. The problem we face is the protein supplement industry, right? They have us convinced that their shakes are magical unicorn dust. Do you agree with me that they have us convinced, right? They have us believing that their products are going to build muscle and help us lose weight, and at the same time they taste like a darn chocolate milkshake. I mean, how do you argue with that kind of amazing logic, right? So they've taught us something that's true though. Protein does boost satiety, like you feeling more satisfied, and it fills us up, right? And it also helps to maintain muscle mass. So more muscle means you burn more calories at rest, and so that's true. So that's the truth, right? So they give us real facts for wanting to consume more protein, and then they hand us their product to fill in the gap, right? Makes sense, right? So my big concern with these products is that they're made with inflammatory protein sources, and they're teaming with artificial additives and scary chemicals, right? So what are we going to do? what are we going to do? What does a smart consumer do? You're welcome. Okay, watch the rest of it after, Denise. What's a smart consumer do? I say eat real food and skip the shakes, right? But if you are prepping for weight loss surgery or you're 1 month post-surgery, these are the things I want you to look for when you're purchasing a protein powder. I want you to read labels. I want you to choose a supplement that doesn't contain things like artificial sweeteners, high fructose corn syrup, hydrogenated nasty oils. Lauren Sanchez says bone broth. Yes, bone broths. I think bone broths are wonderful. Yes, absolutely. Jacqueline, well, lay off protein shakes and start eating the protein. Hello, bing, bing. Start eating the protein instead. Yes, Jacqueline, that's exactly what this point is today. If you need to have them prior to surgery and after surgery, I get that, right? I recommend them as well, right? Okay, so other things to look for. Please look for the artificial flavorings. I know it's not going to taste as good, right? Because these things taste good, but these things here, these are scary things. We don't want to be eating dipotassium phosphate, highly water soluble salt, which is often used as a fertilizer, food additive, and buffering agent. Yuck, that's in your protein shake. Check this word out. Dipotassium phosphate. That's one I didn't mention earlier. So if you're lactose intolerant, choose a plant protein instead of a whey protein, because it's going to be easier on your stomach, because whey protein comes from dairy, and if you're unsure about it, check the labels, right? What I really want you guys to do is I want you to be one of those consumers that want to know where their food and where their products come from, right? If you're working with me as your bariatric coordinator or your bariatric nutritionist, I'll transition you to shakes for the first part of the journey after surgery. But then what am I going to do? I'm going to transition you off those shakes post-surgery. I'm going to wean you off them. I'm going to start to replace those foods, those shakes, with whole, live, fresh, natural, good quality food, right? So that's my chat for today. It's 3:27. I've been talking about 27 minutes. Tracy, you're done with protein shakes. Makes my heart really happy. If I thought that the information I was giving you, if I wasn't convinced or sure, I wouldn't be giving you this information. You just need, all you have to do is sit down with your protein shake, go online and just research these products a little bit. Just take a little bit of time. I did the research for you, okay? But I want you also to know that, you know my motto. What do I always say? Eat whole, live, fresh, natural, good quality food. That's always going to be my my motto. I mean, supplemental protein, it has a role to play in the bariatric journey, right? But it's a small role. I don't want you guys to give it a bigger role to play. I mean, let food take center stage, right? And let your protein shakes be just something you use as a tool, right? Okay. Oh, Lauren, you know what? Lauren Sanchez is going to be Obesity Help. I just froze. My daughter was calling me. The Obesity Help Convention, October 4th and 5th. And I'm going to be presenting Adapting to a Ketogenic Diet Post-Bariatric Surgery. And let me tell you, Lauren, 50 minutes is a long speech. I've been practicing. It's going to be, I'm going to provide you guys with some really good information. It's actually something, Lauren, that I'm wildly passionate about, so I'm really lucky that I got this topic and I'm able to share this information with you. What about the fruit and Greek yogurt smoothie, no protein powder or drink at it? Yes, brilliant. She says, what about just a fruit and Greek yogurt smoothie, no protein powder or drink at it? Yes, I love that. Beautiful. Greek yogurt, get some berries in there. Strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries. Berries are high in fiber, low in sugar, right? And and then add a handful of nuts to that. Boom, you have your 18 grams of protein from your yogurt. You have a nice amount of protein from your nuts, another 7 grams from your nuts. Okay, so that's my chat for today. Yeah, I hope that I hope the protein company doesn't find me. hunt me down. I'll be missing Lauren. I won't show up to the to the convention. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go off now. Thanks for spending some time to be a freaking boss in your kitchen. You guys rock. To be a boss, to take control over the reins of your health, right? Take control of what you're putting in your beautiful body. I just think it's so important, and I think you guys are awesome. So I'm gonna reach out to you, Jacqueline, after the video is over, so we can have a little chat. Okay, cool, great, guys. If you want a special topic, you want me to talk about something special next week, hit me up here. Make a note of it here so I can see the topics you're interested in. And have yourself an awesome weekend. And I'll bring that information from the event that I'm going to tomorrow with Dr. Eric Westman, and see if we can learn something new tomorrow from these wonderful speakers. You're welcome, Linda. You're welcome. Tracy, really happy to share this information with you. You know, a lot of times when people have weight loss stalls and I review their food logs, I see the protein shakes in there. As soon as I take off that protein shake and I add in an egg or I add in some food, you know what happens? The scale starts to move again. I see this over and over and over again. You too, have a great day, Lauren. Hit me up with meal prepping. I will, Heather. Bye, guys. See you soon. Bye.